It's November 15th, 2022. I just got home from doing a physical exam at the fertility clinic. My physical exam was super chill today. I came in, she took my height, my weight, my blood pressure, listened to my lungs and my breathing, and then I was sent on my merry way. I was there for less than 10 minutes. Last week, the big news was I got the results of my fertility testing back. This is the result of the blood testing and the ultrasound. They did a follicle count and they said that on one ovary, I have 11 follicles. And then on my other ovary, I have 12 plus. And I asked what 12 plus means. And they said that once they count a certain number, they just stop counting because there's the assumption that there's a lot there. So I have 23 plus follicles. All of my blood testing in terms of my general health came back normal. The other big one is the results of the AMH test. So the AMH test was the blood test that I had to pay for out of pocket. So I paid $108 for it. And it's for the anti-Müllerian hormone. And this hormone looks at basically the ovarian reserve. The doctor told me my AMH levels are at 29.19. I'm actually above average. She said that an AMH level for somebody my age on average is about 17. After she told me the results, the doctor asked me if I had any questions. I said, I feel like I need to process everything, but is it normal for me to feel like I'm going to cry right now? And she said that's really normal. Women carry a lot of stress and almost a lot of guilt when it comes to their fertility. It's a big relief, so it's normal for me to want to cry. Getting this news about these results, it was almost like confirmation from my body. It was like my body saying, I know you have a lot that you're thinking about. This one, we've got you covered. This one you don't have to worry about. The relationship with one's body is such a delicate relationship. I definitely had times in my life where I've desperately wanted to change the way my body looked, but then I think about how my body is what got me through so many life challenges, so many amazing life experiences. It was really a moment where I understood in perhaps a more profound way that my body is there for me, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for this thing. Also, on last week's call, after the results were shared with me, my doctor started to talk about what the protocol is like, and it's very similar to everything I've heard throughout all of the steps of this process so far. So when I had the initial consultation with the nurse and she explained what the process looks like, I also did these online video training modules to explain what the process is like, what the potential risks are. And then I had a conversation with the doctor who walked me through everything again. So I feel like I've been consistently getting information. Here's the thing though. The doctor has told me about the timeline. She's told me about the protocol. She's assured me that I would be a great candidate. It seems like all of the pieces are in place, and I know that this is something that I want to do because I know about how I want the options for later, but I have yet to actually tell the doctor, yes, let's do this on this day. I don't know if the hesitation is from how all of a sudden it'll become real if I say that. And the thing is, I know that it's something I want to do. I know that it's an amazing investment for my future. I think that there's something about it that seems like it's very consequential. Up until this point, I've been able to live life and do things and know that, okay, I'm going to try it. And if it works, it works. Or if it doesn't, then I'll just pivot and do something else. And I think that in this case, there's a lot more gravity to this decision. Yes, I can begin the process or I can go through the next steps of the process and I could decide at any time, okay, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. No one's going to force me. I don't know if it's final. There's the weight to it and the gravity to it. The last step that I need to take before we actually start to plan out the timeline. This doctor really ensures that all of the patients that she takes on through this process do take the time to speak to the social worker or the counselor. Perhaps once I have that conversation, I'm ready to just say yes. A big consideration for me was that, does it make sense for me to go through with this process and freezing the eggs now? Perhaps I should wait. I asked the doctor and she said, it's hard for her to really predict what happens in a year or two. I think the big thing for me is I don't see myself having kids within the next few years. There are just other things that I want to do and other things I want to achieve before I have a family. If I know that I wouldn't, use my eggs and conceive naturally within the next few years, then would I wait 2 years and then try to go through the process and then potentially my ovarian reserve is going to be in a different place? If I have the means to do it, if I know that I'm a good candidate to do it, it's the ideal time to do it.